says it's preparing it.
It says it's now streaming live on YouTube on my end.
Okay.
Hey guys, thank you for joining us today on our live YouTube. So this is the dynamic duo, Amanda and Pamela, and we try to come on every Friday night to have an oracle card reading for the collective. So we just thank you so much for being here today. And I actually already, the universe already chose the cards for us. So Pamela doesn't even know what cards they are, but so far, number 1 was the Crystal Wisdom cards.
Very pretty.
So we have that one by Rochelle Sharman. And then the Starseed Oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell. And then next we have the Soul's Journey lesson cards by, I think it's James Van Prague. Is that how we say his name?
Cool.
Did we have this one last time?
I think so.
Prague? Okay. And then we have the Archangel Animal Oral cards by Diana Cooper. And then we have the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Lynn.
Wow, that's like 6 decks.
5.
5 decks.
It just kept going and going, and I stopped and I was like, is there an ancestor here? It was like, no. I'm like, okay, I guess we got lots to talk about today. So so first things first, we'll just take a deep breath and get connected.
It already started yawn.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna so one Crystal Wisdom card for the collective. Now the Crystal Wisdom card is a positive affirmation that is with the ancient crystals. And so what we're gonna do is I will choose the card, hold it up. I'll show you the stone or the gem or whatever, the crystal. And then I'll read it to you guys. And then we'll all say it together 3 times for the affirmation to hold. Okay. So.
Like in the yawning begins.
And the yawning begins. Okay. So this is a moonstone.
Moonstones are always so pretty.
I love moonstones. And the moonstone is known for cycles. It says, I am in the divine flow of my soul rhythms and life cycles.
Cool.
So can you read that? Is it backwards?
Nope, it's not.
Okay. So I am in the divine
flow
of my soul rhythm
and life
cycles. So we just say that 3 times. I am in the divine flow of my soul rhythm
and life cycles.
One more time.
I am in the divine flow of my soul rhythms and life cycles.
Well, thank you for being patient with me because I was reading that backwards. So I'm like, I mean, I'm pretty talented and I can read backwards. It just takes a little bit longer. So that's awesome. And I love that. And I think we are in the rhythm and in a life cycle right now, right? Whoa, lots of energy. Whoa, lots of energy. Okay. Did you have anything to say about that one, Pamela?
Nope.
So we got that one. Okay, the next one is the Starseed Oracle. So let's see what we have to talk about here. One card. Okay, just one card. So we're just thanking the cards for letting us know what we need to know now. Give them like a little shuffle. See what pops up. Whew. So funny. Every time I do this oracle, which literally has been maybe a handful of times for people because I let their higher self pick which ones they want. Every time I do this, I get the same exact card for everybody. I'm like, interesting. Like, is there any other cards in here? I know there is. I know there's
it's the same card. 50 something times.
I've seen the other cards, but that one just falls out every time. It's a good card. So I'll be really surprised if we get it again. Because I'll be like, oh gosh, we really need to hear this. So, okay. Okay, it's a different one. Okay, this one says, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north.
We got that the last time we did this one.
I thought so, but this isn't
Yep.
the card I was thinking of. I was thinking of a different card. So yeah, well, let's see, because maybe since last week, a lot more people are kind of waking up to some things. So maybe they just need a little gentle reminder, like, don't worry about waking up. You're waking up in your own divine timing. And
Right.
you know, you don't have to be for everyone right now, especially the ones that are the naysayers and the negative ones that are trying to you know, say that you're wrong. You know, it's funny is like once you see, right? Once your eyes are open, they can never be, your eyes can never be shut again, ever. And so once people awaken to the truth and what their truth is, it's a whole new ball game, you know?
Well, and Adam and I were talking today. I said a lot of people have a really hard time setting boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And so that could play into that too, because like, you know, you're not for everybody. So, which means it's okay to have that boundary, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think once you're waking up, you have to create new boundaries because those old boundaries aren't valid anymore. So
they no longer serve you.
Right. Okay, so it says this world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it's also filled with people who will love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to the people who can hear you. Have you ever been talking to someone and they just can't hear what you're saying to them?
Right. Or the other thing, and I had told my heart this other day, I said, because my impression of somebody was that they were a rude person. And he's like, well, no, they're really not. I said, okay, well, one of my pet peeves is if I'm having a conversation with somebody, especially person in person, physical person, and in the middle of that conversation, they walk away.
Oh, yeah.
So, which it tells you they really weren't listening with you. They just gave you
interested, right?
Right. And I've had that happen before. And to me, like, especially if someone's a leader, as leaders, you know, and it's really hard because a lot of times if you go into some places and somebody's a leader, everybody wants their attention. And I'm really, that's the thing I admire about certain people I've been around is like they will acknowledge who's ever waiting on them and just like they'll do like the one finger or something like, you know, I know you're there.
I like that.
But they'll give you that, you know,
acknowledgement,
undivided attention in the conversation they're in. Right. But it also lets you know, okay, that person's waiting on them, so that kind of gives you that, okay, I need to finish what I had to say or whatever, you know. Sometimes people are just visiting; they're not really, but sometimes it's a really important point. But the ones who would just kind of walk away, it's like, and I guess a part of that too for me comes from having worked with the deaf. You know, you always let them know if you were leaving, if you were going in the room, you were leaving the room, whatever you were doing. And the other thing was it was really hard for me because you know how we're taught not to walk between people who are talking.
Yeah.
In the deaf community, it's actually rude to stand waiting to get past them.
Okay.
So it's better just to walk quickly through a conversation. So that was a hard thing for me. But it's the same thing around the limits, setting those boundaries. And so being, you know, aware if people aren't listening to you, then it's like, okay, so is what you're, you know, it's a good time for you to look at yourself too. Are what you're saying, are you just talking to be talking?
Yeah.
Or is there value in what you're saying?
Well, the other thing too is we have to be aware of people's cultural differences too. Because even cultural differences in each country can vary from country to country, and something here we may not think is rude, but if we go to another country and we're behaving in that manner, they may think that we're extremely rude. So I took a class in I think it was like ethics or something like that when I was in college, and I had to write a whole paper about we had to do different things and we had to research different countries. So what I did was funerals and the different cultures and how they conducted their services, their memorials, their funerals, how they honored the dead, didn't honor the dead. Was it right away or 7 days later? Was it the next day? You know, all that stuff. Because here's the thing, we're not really taught that information. So when I was up in front of the class, everybody was like just in awe because they just had no idea at all. So anyways, okay, let me get back to this card. So this was still you're not for everyone. So don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them. to walk alongside of you. You'll be wasting both your time and theirs, and will likely inflict unnecessary wounds that will take precious time to heal. You're not for them and they're not for you. Politely wave them on and continue on your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing your true north. Pulling this card means you're being called to embrace your uniqueness, to own your weirdness, to let the world see you as you really are, to reveal your multifaceted, multidimensional nature, not to dim your light according to who is in your presence, to own all parts of yourself so that your people, the ones who are on the same kind of weird as you, can recognize you when your paths cross. I also think that's your energy and your vibration. When you're attracted to somebody, it's like that energy, that vibration is pulling you in. And there's other times where that somebody's vibration or energy will just push you away. This one says, the Starseed Soul Inquiry: how can you embrace your weirdness and not care so much about what other people think? So that's a good question for us to think about. Right now, just not to get into politics, but with everything going on right now, it doesn't matter what you say. You're not going to change people's mind about anything. Right, wrong, good, bad. They have their minds set up, and you're not going to be able to change their mind. Okay, so here is the soul's journey. We're going to pull a card from here. Okay, only one card. And these ones are pretty good. What do you call that? Like, is that the mandala, or what is that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so each one has its own mandala. So it's really kind of cool on these cards. Okay, so hold on. Let's try to see which one like just jumps out at us. Okay, guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth.
That cycle.
The cycle. And also you can see kind of like the anger, and then I don't know what the orange would represent, but going from like hot temper to more cooling off. And I think that's why a lot of the people right now, I keep talking about waking up, but they go from hot, I'm right. No, you got to believe me, you got to trust me, to when your eyes are open, then it's like you step back like, oh shoot, I was wrong. And it's that guilt of, I know I've been guilty of this, guilty of guilt, of trying to get someone to think a certain way, and then later find out, oh man, I was wrong for that in the first place. Okay, so guilt. Okay, hold on one second, please. Okay, so guilt. The energy of fear has many guises to complicate your path to loving yourself. Guilt is the most devious because it's in sheep's clothing. It is self-imposed emotion that pretends to be instructive and enlightening. Guilt can help us grow when we realize that our actions have been hurtful to others and that we need to make amends. After we do so, though, it's time to learn from the behavior and move on. The problem arises when we hold onto a guilty feeling that serves no purpose other than promoting self-destructiveness and low self-esteem. No one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. Guilt is not always rational, but if you examine it subjectively, act on it, and release it, it becomes a temporary emotion. Long-held guilty feelings are never good and will create a roadblock to self-love and happiness. You must continually scan your current emotions for any guilty feelings and bring them to the surface for analysis. Healthy guilt is a warning that action should be taken. irrational guilt needs to be released.
That's true. And looking at that, because we were talking earlier, you were mentioning the color red and the color, and you're talking because red was one of the it has like a dual. It can be anger, it can be, but it can also be passion, or it can be joy. It can be so. There's a lot of different, whereas orange can be more joyful, happiness. So
I was thinking also powerful. If you want to,
red's a power.
Yeah, power color,
especially for women. So but I think so. The same thing works with guilt. Guilt can be something that can be very devastating for you, or it can be, like I said, it can be a tool. You can use it to figure out, okay, what do I need to change or adjust?
Perfect. I love that. And we need to do that every day.
Yep. The PDCA, plan, do, adjust, check.
Nice.
Check and adjust.
You check and adjust. Plan, do, check and adjust. Okay. Now these Archangel cards, they're wanting 3 cards today. So we'll see what they are. Now these aren't the same ones you have, right? You have a different set of
Archangel I have a different set. Right.
Okay. All right. So we might find some other ones in here. Now I haven't really played with these much, so I don't know what's in here and what they all mean. But for whatever reason, we have 3 that wants to come out and talk to us today. Are you getting 3? Because I don't have my pendulum back here.
I just trust you. Is that what you said you were getting? That's what.
Yeah. Hey, don't
I
put
am
your
not
trust
checking
in me.
on, double checking you. Whatever you're being told is what we're doing, man.
Well, sometimes you're like, wait a second. I think we need one more.
No, I'm not getting that.
All right. So let's see which one wants to come out. These are brand new, so they're kind of sticking together a little bit. So we're going to see what just pops out. So I got 1.
It's like I've got 2 orbs here, so I'm kind of distracted because, like, okay, I've got all these little orbs floating around here.
Oh, and I got 1 just fell out. So, okay. Oh, cool. They've got angels around us and ancestors and everything else. Okay. So the first one I have is the wolf. Be independent, but work together. Archangel Zariel. This is really pretty. Pamela, did you freeze up on me? Uh-oh. Hold on. I think Pamela may have frozen up on me. Let's see here. Mine's okay. Pamela. Hopefully she'll come back. Pamela. Oh. Hi.
What?
I was like, Pamela, did you freeze up on me?
Evidently I did.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So about wolves, these regal canines originate from Sirius and have the mission of spreading the gold ray of Christ wherever they wander. They have formidable healing powers and are spiritual teachers in the animal kingdom. Individually, they are extremely independent, but they're learning that it is more effective to work as a pack. When a wolf gives his trust, he gives his loyalty and his heart. This applies to their own kind and to those humans in whom they have developed confidence. Wolves are learning about family life with its very strict hierarchy and discipline. Males and females are considered equal, which means the masculine and female energy of the pack is balanced. Every wolf has a role to play and each one feels needed and important. I love that description about the wolves, and it's kind of like what we're going through right now, blending in that masculine and female energy, because I feel like that masculine energy has been so dominating for so long. The female energy is like, hey, hello, it's time for me to get involved now. Let's get back into balance. Okay, so the guidance of this card says, this is the card of the spiritual teacher. When you choose it, you are reminded to be disciplined about your spiritual practice, as this is very important to your progress. Act nobly and honorably, whatever the circumstances, for many will look up to you. You must learn to trust your inner guidance, then guide who you have confidence in and give them your loyalty. You need to know who you can trust because you have wisdom and healing to impart. Look for like-minded others and gather them to you. As together, you can fulfill your mission more effectively than if you work alone. Whether you are aware of it or not, you can spread the unconditional love and light of the gold ray of Christ, which has a huge energetic impact on those around you. I love that. Did you want to say anything about that?
No, and my internet's going kind of crazy right now.
Oh, okay. So... I'm sorry.
No, I'm just making sure I've made you co-host just in case I get kicked out again, so it still continues to record.
Oh, okay, cool. So the next one we have is a horse, and it's care for others and let them be free. Archangels Mary and Christiel. Now this has 2 horses, and it has the white horse and the brown horse, kind of the yin and the yang, you know, that balance. And then it also has the unicorn in the corner. So cool. I love that too. So let's see what this one says. Horse. Okay, so about horses. Horses incarnate from, I think it says Lacume. I don't know how you say it. The ascended aspect of Sirius. And these elegant, refined, and magnificent creatures are all 5th dimensional. Their sole contract is to serve humanity, while in return we agree to look after them, honor them, and let them be free. These beautiful animals have huge heart centers, and there is always been a strong bond of love between them and humans. They are great healers and have a special closeness with children. And they are linked to Angel Mary, who pours her divine healing light through them. Recently, when enough people raise their frequency, Archangel Christiel enters this universe through his Christ-shaped stargate in Lyra, and pour divine feminine light through the moon into the causal chakras of all. It affected everyone, but particularly the sensitive, refined, and high-frequency horses, and it reactivated their higher mission, which is to bring Earth into divine perfect balance. Exactly what I just got from that card. So the guidance for this card, it calls you to expand your heart center and focus on your noble qualities and aspirations. You are reminded that in order to honor others and let them be free, you must first respect yourself and set yourself free. So tune into the great universal Angel Mary and let her wonderful healing divine feminine light bathe you and dissolve the old. Then take decisions that chime with you and light you up. Visualize the full moon or look at it if you can. Be aware of Archangel Christiel's shimmering milky white light extending to your third eye and magnificent pure white unicorn walking along the light to touch you. This will start to activate your own personal great soul qualities. Watch a higher path unfold. Nice. That's great.
Yeah, it's like today with the whole thing of the balance and, you know, talking about boundaries, and like tonight is actually like the waning moon, the last quarter of the moon. Tomorrow would be considered the dark of the moon, the new moon. You know, so that the whole cycle is ending from the 11th to the 13th, and the time of darkness, so all that balancing is coming into play.
Oh, nice. Now, with all that, here comes the butterfly. Be ready to transform with wisdom. Archangel, I don't know how you say this name. Preminilik. I don't know. Maybe you can read it.
Screw up. Preminilik?
I don't know, but...
Do not know.
Preminilik. Okay. Well, anyways, I love that. And let's see what this says. Okay, so butterflies originate from Orion, the constellation of wisdom, and are 5th dimensional insects. They are messengers of the angels, and their auras contain archangel codes, which help you connect with those beings of light. If a butterfly flutters near you, it may be bringing a message or reminding you how loved you are. Part of their soul mission is to bring joy. Butterflies go through an incredible metamorphosis from egg to caterpillar to cocoon to butterfly before they can spread their wings. Their main soul mission is to demonstrate that change is possible, and so is massive spiritual growth. Their service work is to pollinate, though to a lesser degree than bees. Okay, here's the guidance. When you receive the butterfly card, you are advised that this is a time of profound transformation. You are ready to emerge from your cocoon. Do not rush this. You need this phase of relaxation and calm before you spread your wing. Use this period for a life review to help you decide what you want to change. And remember that the process is inevitable. You will emerge as a different spiritual person. See the world. Okay. See the world through the eyes of expectation and do everything with a new joy and lightness. Stay in harmony and peace. Remember, you are a beloved child of the universe, and that wondrous possibility you are becoming available to you. You will be protected and supported as you explore the new. You are a emissary for the angels, carrying angel light in your energy field. People will see or sense your inner beauty and respond to you with love and happiness. And I remember when I was little, I always could go outside and I would chase butterflies, and they'd all flutter around me all the time when I was like 2 and 3, and I would catch them. And I would get them in my hand and just kind of, and I never, squeezed them or anything, but I would just look and I could feel their, their wings fluttering in my hands. And I love that description that they come to remind you of how loved you are. And go ahead.
I looked up the Archangel Priminilik, and he is actually, that archangel is in charge of the insects.
Oh.
Operates in a yellow-green frequency, and a lot of the insects are actually third dimensional, and a few of them are in the fourth and the fifth.
Okay.
So his task is to look after them all, coordinate their service work, and to help them ascend into a higher realm.
Nice.
And since we're talking about, we're in that process of ascending from 3D to the fifth dimension, that kind of goes into play.
Yeah, and transforming and transitioning. So I love that. And I think everything we're going through right now, we're kind of in that cocoon stage, and pretty soon we're going to break out of that cocoon and we are going to be flying high. Okay, well, we have one more deck of cards,
which is cool.
And that is the gateway.
And then for people who are watching us live right now, they can hang out, because in about 10 more minutes, we'll be doing our live with the whole group.
Yeah. Or what? I don't even know what we're on. What pay, or what are we on, our light workers, or what are we on?
Yeah, the light workers one we're doing. Okay, talking about being addicted to the third dimensional, but needing to transcend to the fifth. That's what we're talking about after our reading, our card reading.
I would just make sure we're on the right Zoom link.
We're not. We'll have to get off and get onto that one.
Okay, that's what I was like. Wait a second, are they just gonna pop in, or what's going on here?
No, we're on my different Zoom link. So
okay, that's what I was confused about. Okay, now they want us to pick 3 cards from this as well. So let's see what they have to say. We got about 11 minutes, so I better read fast. There's pressure on.
It's gonna bring us all home, right? It's gonna put it all, tie it all together.
Well, it always does. It always does. I'm always amazed by what is brought forward.
Yep.
Okay. Now these are brand new. I don't know if I've ever even really looked at these at all. So, well, one just fell out. Okay.
And we're doing that one, right?
We're doing that one. That one's an important one, I guess. Okay. All righty. So they're in backwards. So I'm going to put them this one. Okay.
I've got a lot of energy coming up, so we're doing some huge feeling right now.
Okay, here's another one. Being in the flow. So the affirmation for this is, I am in the flow of the universe.
Which we were just talking about. Our first card was being in our divine flow.
Our divine flow and cycles. Yeah. So this one, it's going with the flow. She's in the boat.
Yep.
She's trusting the moon. She's being guided by the moon, the moonlight. Okay, so being in the flow. Oh, whoops. All right. The card meaning. Everything is falling into place because you aren't resisting the drift of the great river of life. Let go of the shore and allow the currents to dictate your direction. You don't need to decide and plan everything yourself. Let things flow effortlessly. Okay, so the universe wants you to know, when you are truly in the flow, you don't need to push or exert great effort to make things happen. If there's a situation in your life that isn't falling into place, let it go. It's not the right time. If there aren't smooth currents regarding a specific area of your life, it might mean that you are trying to control the outcome or that you are being overly self-critical. Know that you can flow around any obstacle. The way you do so is with gratitude and appreciation. Allow others and spirit to support and care for you. This one says, is a question to ask yourself. Is there anything stopping my ability to adapt to the circumstances of my life? If so, how can I move beyond it? What is the most important area in my life to let go of that I can get into the flow? Do I feel the need to stay in control? And does this truly serve me? It's one of the things you ask me all the time. Amanda, how is that serving you? How is that serving you? And what's the answer you normally get from me?
I don't know.
I'm like, I don't know. You tell me.
Because people, naturally, we don't want to look at, if we're doing something and it's like, okay, how's it serving us? Because sometimes the way it's serving us is by keeping us in that safety net, right? Mm-hmm. And not helping us to move forward because there's fear based there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Oh, excuse me. So just being in the flow, letting things go. Okay, the next card here is making a difference. So the affirmation is, my inner light shines far and wide. Okay, so we have the lips in the sky, and then we have a starfish in the water. Cool. So lots of waves.
Like you're putting the starfish back in the water, making a difference.
Yeah, making a difference. Putting her back in there. Okay, making a difference. I'm almost there, but these pages. Okay, here we go. Card meeting. You are making a difference in the lives of others in ways that you may not even know. Many benefit because of you. Your light radiates far and wide. And that's our only hope that we can do, even with these oracle readings, that we're giving hope to people, and it is reaching far and wide. Okay. The universe wants you to know, sometimes the smallest actions have the greatest impact. Perhaps it's a smile shared with a stranger, a kindness extended to an acquaintance, or a favor done for a friend. This is akin to the story about a man who returns beached starfish to the sea. Although he knows that he cannot possibly save them all, he continues his work because it makes a difference to the few he can save.
And when I saw that picture, that's what I thought of, was that story about, someone tells them, well, you're not helping. It's like, but I helped that one.
Yeah, you helped the one. Right. I mean, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So okay, here we go. You can and will change lives. Take steps today that will make a difference in the life of another. So questions to ask yourself: how can I make a difference? Whose life is positively impacted because of me? What can I do to make even more of a difference in the world? And I love this. This actually brings it full circle for me. We have one more card. So because I was doing a live on our Acorn Life Mastery about the 3 people that you need in your life by Chris Swanson. And And the same thing, like I'll just tell you quickly. So he says you need to have a hero in your life, you need to have a fighter, and you need to have a dreamer. And so he was talking about those three people. Then he said, when you have those people in your life, how can you become those three people for somebody else? You know, and it's not, and you can't be that for everybody, but maybe you could be that for one person or a couple, right, or just your community. I love that. All right. The next one is cultivating prosperity. The abundance of the universe is pouring into my life.
I love that.
Yay.
I am so ready.
I'm ready. I am so ready. Okay. Cultivating prosperity. Okay. A stream of abundance is ready to flow into your life, but you need to take action to receive it. Believe that you deserve it. Take steps forward by planting seeds for your future prosperity. So the universe wants you to know right now you are moving towards receiving an outpouring of money, energy, time, and love. However, you must know that you deserve it, and you do. Take action in the direction of your dreams. This is not the time to passively wait for prosperity to fall into your lap. Give deeply and fully of who you are and what you have. The more you truly give, the more you will receive. It is a universal law. As you focus on gratitude for what you already have, your abundance will grow in leaps and bounds. Question to ask yourself: am I truly open and ready for abundance to flow into my life? What can I do to cultivate even more riches? Is there a symbol in my life that could give me insight into what blocks prosperity and what is it saying? And this is kind of what we're teaching in Acorns. You know, if we have to, as we're, you know, developing leaders, you know, you have to give to receive. It's that ebb and flow, that balance. If you're just giving and not receiving, or if you're just receiving and you're not giving back, there has to be that balance between the two.
Right.
All right. Well, that was perfect. I love that. We're ready for prosperity right now.
Yes.
And that's for the collective. So everybody needs to be thinking about what they want to do, because we're moving in from the 3D to the 5D. So what is that one thing that if you could do anything in the world and not have to make money, and it doesn't feel like work, you would do it for free? What is that one thing you would do? What is that one thing? And whatever that one thing is, that's your purpose. That's your passion. And you need to go for it. Go for it with everything you have. So I love that.
Me too. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. And if you haven't, please subscribe to our channel. Just hit that little button. This is Lightworkers. If you hit the notification button when we go live, like now, or like we're fixing to again, you'll get notified that we're going live. Share if you think this is going to be of value to someone you know. And again, just thank you for following us, and have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.